All right, good evening, race fans, and welcome in to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the Dirt Slingers Wednesday Night Warrior Series, presented by Wichita Tire and Alignment. Big block modified tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway under the dirt. 18 drivers checked in. 2 races remain. Points, top 2 have broken away from everyone. 126 points separate Colby Cooper and Garrett Boyd right now. Drop weeks will come into effect. And Boyd, with 2 missed weeks, will score all the points in the last 2 races. So he's got a little bit to make up. But if Colby Cooper can stretch that out to plus 150 by the end of the night tonight, he will clinch the championship. And next week in the UMP mods will be a victory lap at Cedar Lake for him. Drivers working in the track. We are getting very close to pre-race ceremonies. Give us just a couple of seconds. I think they're waiting on 1 or 2 guys to make their way in and log into the server because updates today for iRacing. But we're going to go ahead, head down trackside, get our pre-race ceremonies out of the way. When we come back, it'll be just about time for heat races.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, back just in time for heat races. Should have 2 heat races for you here. 10 cars scheduled to be in our first one. We'll run it down our Tim Sims starting lineup. On the pole, the Ed Racing Designs Royal Sim Sports number 21 from Moore, Oklahoma, Michael Meek. And on his outside, the Scribbled Up Car Wash Black Flag Racing number 8. It's actually the 74 of Peter Brees from Waterford, Wisconsin. Row 2 on the inside, the Team SKD. Scott King Designs number 118 from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Scott King. And on his outside in the Superior Builders Beware Racing number 17 from Iola, Kansas, Buddy Ware. Your third row on the inside, the 020 of Keenan Baddards. And on his outside, the Band Brothers Racing number 1 from Junction City, Kansas, Jacob Smuts. Jacob in a borrowed car this evening, be racing in the Budweiser number 3 machine. Getting new wheels put together for his future. The fourth row, the Shark RC Car Bodies, number 112 from Menominee Falls, Wisconsin, Chris Johnson behind the wheel. On his outside, the Night Trips Rainbow Warriors, BGI Sim Sports number 13 from Owasso, Oklahoma, Cody Kelly. And on your back row, on the inside, your current points leader in the series, the Paints by Boyd BGI, number 9 from Tahlequah, Oklahoma, Colby Cooper. And on his outside, the Casey's General Store, number 47. He is out of Des Moines, Iowa, Jason Randolph. So we've seen that 21 car earlier in the season. Mr. Meek, earlier this week, in fact, in the Tim Sims General Tires Winter Nationals. And, man, that guy just having all kinds of bad luck in that series right now. So we'll see if he can change his luck here in Dirt Slingers for the Wednesday Night Warrior Series. These guys are going green out of turn 4 this time. Coming at us here into turns 3 and 4. That pace truck is going to make the hard left turn down on the flat. The big block modified's about to get underway. Heat race number 1. Green flag in the air. Meek with a pretty good start. Peter Brees, a very bright spot right now in the couple of leagues that we get to see him run in on DRN here. He has improved so much from when he started. Now challenges just about every single night everywhere he goes. He used to be one of those guys you just couldn't wait for his luck to roll over, and now it has, and he's doing fantastic. So we got 1 in the books. Meek out in front of Brees. Buddy Ware settles in to the 3rd spot. Then Scott King slides into 4th. Keenan Batters into the 5th position. Colby Cooper down on the bottom trying to make passes here. He tried to work alongside Batters. Couldn't make it happen. That's 6th. Cody Kelly in the 7th. He's got Chris Johnson on his outside. Then Jacob Smuts in 9th. And Jason Randolph in 10th. Not used to seeing those two guys at the back, in the back. Typically a little bit closer to the front for Schmutz and Randolph, but tonight in this car on this particular track, maybe just a little too new to them, and they are hanging around the back. Meek riding up top, not even bringing that car down off of the top shelf, more than about a car width. And he is whipping the 21 car right on around here. Going to be 3 to go this time out of turn 4. Colby Cooper making moves down on the bottoms. Got the 9 car rolling down low. And he is working on 5th place Batters right now. That's the only battle really on the track. Everybody else pretty much single file. Meek out of 4. Down the front stretch, 2 to go for him. He is way out in front. 0.8 of a second. Brees has got Ware tucked in right behind him. Cooper made the move around. Now he is trying to work on Scott King for 4th. And I thought Ware was going to make a move right there. White flag in the air. If he don't do it now, he ain't going to get a shot. Meek way out in front. Brees still hanging on to 2nd. Ware got out of shape. That might seal the deal for 2nd and 3rd. The battle for 4th still ongoing out of turn 4. Colby Cooper off the bottom. Can he pick up 4th place? He gets it over King. So Meek, Brees, War. Buddy Ware, Colby Cooper, Scott King, Keenan Batters, Cody Kelly, Jacob Schmutz, Jason Randolph, and Chris Johnson in that order. We'll get ready for our second heat race. Everybody transferred to the A main. Didn't have a run over tonight. So 19 cars will be in the 35 lap feature, and we're ready for starting lineup, heat race number 2. Tim Sims starting lineup looks like this. On the pole, the Cadillac Man in the Cadillac 110 from Albany, New York, Kevin Hanley. And on his outside, the Buddies Racing Equipment TDC race team number 43 from Oxford, Michigan, Reed Rundle. Your second row inside, the Tim Sims Black Diamond Motorsports number 42 from Pittsboro, Indiana, the Little Hurricane, Mason Hannigan. And on his outside, the 88, Garrett Boyd. Boyd, 126 points back in the championship. Third row on the inside, the Force and Waggy I-55 Lowers UDSRA number 73 from St. Louis, Missouri, Larry Moody. And to his outside, in the 09 machine will be Lance Heinberger. Your fourth row on the inside, the 711 of William Evans. And I believe the 20 car of Joe Cease will be on the outside of that one. And your back row by himself, the 55 machine of Chris Kratzer. Is the Wichita Tire and Alignment sponsored machine. Doesn't have paint on it tonight, but we know Chris is going to get that worked out. See fans in the chat. Guys, say hi in the chat. Tell us where you're watching from. If you're on YouTube and Twitch, be sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're on Facebook, come by the Dirt Racing Network Facebook page. Like, share, and follow. You'll know each and every time we go live. 2 shows on tap for you tonight. Going to back this one up with another big block show right after this. The NARC SSR Big Block Modifieds. Pace truck in heat race number 2. Out of turn 4. Green flag in the air. Handley jumped on the throttle. He's got everybody beside him as they go down through turns 1 and 2 the first time. Handley will have the lead coming out. Then Hannigan, Rundle, and Heinberger behind that, and it's a wad from 5th on back. Hanley leads lap 1 on the top side. Rundle with a good bit of momentum got around Hannigan. The 1X of Hannigan falls to 3rd. Rundle brushes the wall out of 2. Slings his momentum down. Here comes Garrett Boyd, the 88 machine, down on the bottom. Oh, Boyd tried to work it in low, had to back the car down just a touch to keep it down there, and Heinberg got in there and pushed him just a little bit. It is still Hanley, Rundle, Hannigan, Boyd. Now Evans works around into 5th on the inside of Heinberger. Then Moody, Cease, and Kratzer. Chris Kratzer back here trailing these guys, but Kevin Hanley gapping out on the field just a little bit now. Got himself about a half a second lead that time by. 4 to go. Still Rundle, Hannigan, and Boyd, your top 4 behind Hanley. Everybody kind of singled out, all going to the top shelf. Here comes Kratzer with a move around Cease. Didn't get that to stick. Too much momentum off the top side. Oh, big crash. Turn 1. I want to say Hannigan probably got this thing rolling for us here. Mason Hannigan, you see the 1X right there around the top side. This down the front stretch. This is going to happen right here in the middle of turns 1 and 2. Up wide, right rear. Clips the fence, and that's going to suck him in. William Evans comes in and catches a big part of that. So 1X to the pits. I'm going to say that the 7-Eleven car probably rolling around. He's probably got a bunch of front end damage. So we will see how that goes. So 7-Eleven on pit road, they're tending to that car. Don't think he is going to roll that thing back out. Lights still on the pace vehicle. Be 2 laps to go when they go back to green. Hanley, Rundle, Boyd, Heinberger, Moody, Cease, and Kratzer still on track. Your car rolling around back here is Evans back. Evans back on track. Got the front end of that car fairly straightened out, it looks like. He's going to rejoin the field. We're going to get ready to go under the flag stand here out of 3 and 4 and get the 1 to go signal. So still Hanley in front, going to go single file with just 2 laps to go. All right, pace truck should dive left any moment now. There he goes. We're going to get the green flag right here. 8 cars still on the track. 2 laps to go.
Green, green, green.
Final heat race. Hanley on the throttle. Green flag in the air. It's like everybody trying to stay single file. Moody maybe taking it down a lane, trying to get around Heinberger right there, but a little too much in the slick, and I don't think he's going to have the forward bite. Here comes Boyd. Went after Rundle that time. Couldn't make it happen. Final lap. White flag in the air. Hanley still in front. Rundle is second. Boyd now going to go one more time down low. Can he get the 88 car to stick? He comes across the nose of the 43. He got the spot that time. Hanley wins it. Boyd was second. Rundle in third. Then Heinberger, Moody, Kratzer, Evans, Cease, and Hannigan. So guys will get a couple of minutes of warm-up time here. And while they burn the track in a little bit, we'll pay some bills.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original eSport racing game. This is iRacing.
Alrighty, back to it. Practice going to be winding down any moment here. Cars out getting laps. Drivers would like to have the track just a little bit slicker, makes it a little bit wider, brings us with a couple of lines of racing here. Won't keep it one-sided up on the top. The bottom will be able to do a little bit of work and maybe make some forward progress. Appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. Thank you very much for watching. NARC SSR Big Blocks coming up about 9:30 Eastern. So in about an hour or just a few minutes after that, they'll be on track getting ready. We will pick up that coverage. I don't know if Dominic's coming back this evening or not. I hope so. But it is feature time here. $19 drivers for 35 laps. Tim Sims starting lineup. Michael Meek will start on the pole with Kevin Hanley to his outside. Peter Brees and Garrett Boyd will be in row number 2. Row 3, Buddy Ware and Reed Rundle. Kobe Cooper, Lance Heinberger in the 4th row. The 5th row, Scott King on the inside. That is the poor man's Elton John. Just look at that picture, folks, and think Candle in the Wind. Larry Moody, the 73 car, will start on his outside. Row 6, Keena Batters and Chris Kratzer. Cody Kelly and William Evans in row 7. Row 8, Jacob Schmutz and Joe Cease. Row 9, Jason Randolph and Mason Hannigan. And starting dead in the back, Chris Johnson in the 112. So a couple of pace laps, cars rolling off. Meek and Hanley, Brees and Boyd, and then Ware and Rundle. And, that top 10 Pretty good starting top 10 anywhere you go. Don't want to get out on too thin of a limb here and pick a winner early, but it's going to come from the front 2 rows here, I think. Unless Mr. Rundle there out of the outside of row 3 can make a little bit of magic. I've seen him do it. Does it on Sunday nights with a little bit of regularity. Works his way to the front, but those 2 guys in the front row, very, very good. Hard to get around them. Lights are off on the pace truck, going green this time out of turn number 4. 35 laps on the board for us tonight.
Green, green,
The
green.
green flag is in the air. Meek got a pretty good start. He's going to be able to work to the top side right away in front of Hanley. Right in behind them, Boyd on the top side is going to come out at 2. He is going to have third, and then it's 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. Behind that, all the way back to about 10th. Oh, there's contact there. Schmutz got tagged. They're going around. I haven't seen a caution flag yet. I think those guys may get the car spun around and keep going. I saw Schmutz get bumped, and he turned into somebody down there on the inside. That car went up and did a 360. May have gotten going again. We may be waiting on a caution for just a little bit here if these guys are going to get that strung out that quickly. Right now, Meek, Hanley, Boyd, Brees, and Rundle, your top 5. Colby Cooper, points leader, back in 6th. Larry Moody, 7th, and then Buddy Ware behind that. Lance Heinberger. Chris Kratzer up to 10th. Kratzer gets moved a little bit. They're going into 3 and 4 by William Evans. Evans trying to work the top side, and Kratzer really making the bottom kind of roll. Cody Kelly slides in behind that in 12th, and Scott King, Hannigan. Schmutz right here at the back end of the big group. Then it's a little ways back to Chris Johnson, Jason Randolph, Keenan Batters. Joe Cease took the 20 car. That must be who I saw get spun out to the outside. Whole front end of that car is missing right now, so that's not much of a stretch to think that he was the car I saw get turned to the right there. 5 down, 30 to go. Meek, half a second over Hanley. Hanley's got about a quarter second on Boyd, and Boyd already going to the bottom side of the track. Both ends to see if he can make something happen coming out of the bottoms of these corners. He's getting closer each and every time, a foot here, a foot there. Just a tick quicker, about half a tenth the last time by. Cooper still in 4th. And Peter Brees in the green machine, still running in the 5th spot. That number 74 car, discountshoptowels.com machine. We talked about him earlier this evening, and Peter vastly improved from when I started covering the races with the Hell's Corners guys back in November. He has now become a serious contender each and every night. In fact, front of one of the admins from that series, Reed Rundle. Rundle used to running up front, and now running here tonight in 6th, and he's got William Evans behind and Larry Moody. 73 cars trying to make a bid to take 7th away from Evans. Couldn't do it that time by. We're already 10 laps into this thing. No cautions. Cars getting spread out. Still maintaining about half a second between 1st and 2nd, and almost a half a second between 2nd and 3rd. So the top 3 pretty well out there. Colby Cooper still in 4th. He's almost 3/4 of a second behind Garrett Boyd. Lap traffic as Joe Cease has got the car back on track. 5 laps down, but back on track making laps. He will be lapped again, this time out on the track, not sitting on pit road. Boyd trying to catch up here. Picked up about 1/4 of a tenth that time. Waiting to see what he picks up this time. Oh, loses ground to that time. Lost twice that back, so lost half a tenth that time. Meek just out here on a Sunday drive. Let's see where Hannigan is at. Hannigan is on pit road. Keenan batters. Back here a lap down. Scott King a lap down. That is 13th and 14th. Good racing. Nice and clean. Everybody staying off of one another. Oh, that was Joe Cease that clipped the fence right there down the front stretch. About 6 laps down. Still making circuit, though. Michael Meek now starting to stretch away 3/4 of a second. Hanley stretched out to over 3/4 of a second in front of Boyd. Cooper about 6/10 back. You got to go about a second and a half back to get to Peter Brees in 5th. Evans got around Rundle, make him 6th. Rundle is 7th. Moody is still 8th. Buddy Ware in 9th. And Moody and Ware right here together. Probably the best racing right now on the track as they're battling over 7th and 8th. Or 8th and 9th, excuse me. They're further back than I thought. Buddy Ware down on the bottom may have the spot now. Move him to 8th. Put Moody back to 9th. And then Chris Kratzer a good distance back in 10th. Chris Johnson is 11th. That is the black car down on the bottom right there. Right now at the start-finish line. And Jason Randolph is your final car on the lead lap, and he is struggling with that 47 machine. Had to let the 21 of Michael Meek clear him as he was out of shape out of 4. We're down to 14 laps to go already in this thing. Meek first, Hanley second. Boyd is 3rd, and Boyd's starting to creep in just a little bit. Doing the same thing he was doing. Caution for the first time this evening in the feature race. 020 car of Keenan batters, and let's go see what happened to Keenan here. Clips the fence with the right rear on the exit of turn 2. And then he's got the car, and he wisely jams it in reverse. He got Heinberger got a piece of that. He ended up down the inside, lost all the sheet metal on the front of the 9 car. That is going to bunch everybody up with about 12 to go, and this could change things. We'll take a look at our top 10. Meek, Hanley, Boyd, Cooper, Brees. Then Evans, Rundle, Moody, Ware, and Kratzer. All right, down to 10 to go, and we go back to green here. One more pace lap. That should get us the 1 to go signal. So they should double up, restart, double file. It looks like the caution lap's going to continue for at least one more. So we'll wait to see if the lights go off. This time they should. When we get them down here, the guys should start filing in 2 by 2. There's the lights off. Here goes everybody filing it up. 8 laps of racing remaining. So Meek and Hanley on the front row. Boyd and Cooper, your 2 points leaders in row number 2. Pace truck will duck off right here in turn number 4. Just waiting for Michael Meek to jump on the loud pedal and get us restarted. The green flag is in the air. Meek does exactly what he needed to. He gets out front to the top side right away. Battle now is going to be second, third, and fourth. They're 3 wide coming out of turn 2. Boyd on the bottom, Cooper in the middle, Hanley up top. Boyd looks like he's going to squeak through and take over second for the time being, but Hanley had a good run coming out of turn number 2. Coming down to 6 to go. Hanley now battling back on the top side. They're going through 3 and 4 right here, coming to the end of lap number 29, and Boyd has the spot back. Hanley to third of that time. What are they going to do down the backstretch this time? 2 wide, 2 deep. As Evans now goes around Cooper on the top side, put him up to 4th, and if he can keep the momentum up, he's got a shot to take several of these spots away up at the front. Oh, Meek finds the fence. Michael Meek clipped the fence. That made Hanley check up. That opened the door for Boyd, and it opened the door on the top side for Evans to go by. New drivers at the front now. Meek hanging on to the lead by 1 tiny little thread. Garrett Boyd running in second. Now he gives that up as William Evans, the 7-Eleven machine, finds his way around the top side. All the momentum up on the top right now. Hanley is 4th, and Cooper is back there in 5th. We're down, coming to 3 to go this time. Great 5-car battle at the front right here, and I think Evans might be trying to find a way to get the momentum off the corner, maybe go slider here and take the win away. Right now in a podium spot. Got a couple of laps left to go, 2 right there. Hanley still 3rd. Boyd is now 4th, and Colby Cooper has inched his way up into the 5th spot, and he's going to go to the top side. Here goes Garrett Boyd back to the bottom, trying to take 3rd away from Hanley once again. White flag in the air, final time around. Does Evans have anything right here for Meek? He pulls to the inside. Meek covers the door. Michael Meek is going to pick up the win. It looks like Evans has got a shot to get second, and Hanley comes home in 3rd. Then Boyd and Cooper 4th and 5th. Good finish there for the guys. Fantastic drive. Oh, William Evans take the car around on the front stretch. Michael Meek going to bring it down here, park it right around the start-finish line for us. And we'll wait for Kevin Hanley and William Evans to get in there. We'll give the boys 1 second here to get them squared away. Start grabbing the guys and moving them. Oh, you know, I remember why Mr. Evans might have parked the car, because his ability to communicate with us is limited. So I know he's going to be real happy about a 3rd place finish, and he would thank all the sponsors and of the league and on the car, and he'd be super happy to have a podium, especially considering some of the luck he's had over the last few weeks. Won't get a chance to talk to him. But we do recognize that he finished on the podium. And we will move on to Mr. Kevin Hanley in second. Kevin Hanley, you there, buddy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Well, man, great run. Let me turn you up just a little bit here. Okay, here we go. A fantastic run, man. You battled at the front pretty much the whole time. Boyd got around you there late, but you battled back, man. Tell us a little bit about the feature here at Bristol in these big blocks.
Yeah, I mean, early on we were just pretty much one lane around the top, at least up front. I don't know what the guys were doing in the back, but I feel like a few laps, I would gain on Mike a little bit. A few laps he would pull away. Couldn't really catch him up on the top. So the restart really brought us all together. I tried to make the bottom work a little bit, but couldn't really find any speed down there.
It seems like this track's going to have to go 100% slick before we can really open it up to 2 lines, and you guys didn't quite get it blown all the way out. But first time here at Bristol, your impressions?
Yeah, it was fun. It was my the first laps I ran here in this car, so it was fun getting a little bit closer to the wall every lap.
Well, big fat banking, and that helps a lot when you're right up at the top. It just makes it a little more interesting. I didn't see anybody really banging them off the wall there either.
Yeah, I tapped it once or twice. I was afraid to get up into it too hard, but yeah, I don't imagine it'd be too forgiving if you really got into it.
All right, man. Well, I'm sure you got some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go celebrate a fantastic run tonight.
Yeah, I just want to thank yourself and DSRL for putting on the league, all the league sponsors. I know there's a bunch of them for Wednesday night. And congrats to Mike on the win. I know I threw a bad slider on him on Monday night, so I'd like to apologize to him for that. But, congrats on the win.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Congratulations on a great run again, and we look forward to seeing you back out here next week.
All right, thank you.
Your second-place finisher, Kevin Hanley. And we will move on to tonight's winner, and he shakes the monkey off at least a little bit in the big blocks here at Wednesday Night Warriors. Michael Meek, are you there, buddy?
I got you.
Well, I mean, back to your winning ways, and after all the struggles you've had in the Winter Nationals with the General Tires deal on Monday night, it's got to feel good being back in victory lane.
Yeah, it's just great that I actually remember how to drive a race car now, and living up to the potential I have in the big block, so that was nice.
Well, I know it wasn't last night, it was the night before. You were down in Dallas, weren't you?
Yeah, last night actually we went down there for Supercross, so that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I saw the pictures on your Facebook page there. Man, tell us a little bit about running here at Bristol in this car tonight on this track. I know you stayed pretty much married to the top. What were your impressions of being here tonight?
No, it races a lot like Eldora. Obviously, these last 7 or 8 weeks, that's almost the only track I've ran here because of the Tim Sims GT Winter Nationals. But if it got a little bit more slicked off, I think the bottom lane could have came in. There towards the middle of the race, I saw, I don't know who it was, someone running third down beside Kevin. I saw him almost pulling up even with him, and I thought about going down there, but I just didn't want to risk my luck. So, like you said, I stayed married to the wall and tried to stay out of it as much as I could. I think I got into it once or twice, and it sucks you in quite a bit. As long as you don't bury the right front into it, you'll be good. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it.
Well, a great run. You're picking up a win here. I know it's really late in the season for that, but only a couple of races here in this season left before we move on to the next season and maybe starting to build some momentum back.
Yeah, momentum's good for everything in this game. I feel like I can carry momentum into sprint cars and Monday Night Thunder, Thursday Night Series. So overall, it's just great to get a good finish finally.
All right, man, you got some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you get out of here and go celebrate.
Yeah, for me, I just got guys at Royal Sim Sports and Cody at Edge Racing Designs for making the cars look good on the track. And then everybody that sponsors the league, Wichita Tire and Alignment, SSR, Scott King Designs, Tim Sims, Wicked Cushion ESports, Edmond Trophy and Awards, Sign It Up Graphics, and you guys at Dirt Racing Network for the broadcast.
All right, man. Well, thank you very much. And congratulations again. I can't wait to see you back on the track next week, bud.
Thanks, sir.
Your winner tonight, Michael Meek. We'll run through our official results. Hanley was second. Evans third, Boyd in fourth, Cooper in fifth. So the two guys in points finish very close to each other, and that could have easily decided what was going to happen with the points. We got to take a look and see before we start the show next week. It could be a victory lap for Colby Cooper already. Reed Rundle was sixth, Peter Brees in seventh, Larry Moody in eighth, Jason Randolph ninth, Buddy Ware 10th, Chris Kratzer comes home 11th, Scott King in 12th, 13th to Keenan Batters, Joe Cease in 14th, Chris Johnson was 15th, Lance Heinberger 16th, 17th to Mason Hannigan, Cody Kelly 18th, and Jacob Smuts rounded out the field tonight. That'll do it for this one. Dirt Slingers Wednesday Night Warriors presented by Wichita Tire and Alignment. One more race to go. We'll have a champion for you next week. Don't forget, here in about 45 minutes or so, SSR NARC, a big block modifieds, back on track. And if Dominic doesn't make it in, I will be live on the coverage with you. That's normally my series. I was hoping he'd come in and co-commentate with me, but if he doesn't, he doesn't. No big deal. Appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to tune back in if you haven't already. Like, share, and follow on the Facebook page. Subscribe over on to YouTube and Twitch. You'll know every time we go live. Until we see you the next time, guys, everyone keep it dirty.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original eSport racing game. This is iRacing.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the NARC SSR Big Block Modified Championship Series tonight at Weedsport. Drivers getting in just a little bit of practice. We are going to go ahead and send it down and get our invocation, our national anthem out of the way before they hit qualifying so we can come back and cover that for you.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, back just in time for qualifying to begin. Cars getting ready to roll out onto the speedway. So we get a look here at maybe Jeremy Prey out here for his qualifying attempt. So numerous cars already on the clock here. Alex Clute right now in the 14 car. Nobody with an official time yet. Right now, Josh Hart to the top of the board. See where Prey comes in. Here he comes in position number 2, currently now on his second timed lap, down through 3 and 4. Crossed the timing line for the final time, did not improve. Josh Hart 15.004, Jeremy Prey 15.011, Jacob Ludwig 15.024, your top 3. 0.28 for Wagon Shuts, and 0.47 for Kurt Nye. That's your top 5 currently. Then Corey Austin, Todd Hutton, Cody Kelly. First time with these guys tonight. If you watch DRN frequently, you see his name over at Dirt Slingers all the time. Comes over and jumps in with these guys tonight, so he is ready to go. Greg LeMay. Right to the top of the board, 14.909 seconds. Then hits the wall on his second lap. That will affect his time just a little bit. So 14.909, good enough. Corey Austin jumps up to 14.998. So that's your top 2. Then Josh Hart there with the 15.004 in third. I think everybody's going to the show tonight. 18 drivers checked in. All right. Heat race number 1, gridding out for us on the front stretch. And on the pole, School of Sim Racing Team, SSR Elite number 99 from Birdsboro, Pennsylvania, Greg Lamian on his outside in the Heartbreakers Graphics Wraith Racing. The number 58 machine from Houston, Texas of Josh Hart. Row 2 on the inside, the 81 Jacob Ludwig on his outside, and the 74 Kurt Nye. Your third row on the inside, the Night Trips BGI Sim Sport number 13 from Owasso, Oklahoma, Cody Kelly, and on his outside in the School of Sim Racing Team, SSR number 35 from Maryville, California, Tommy Brandon. Row 4 on the inside, the Miller Family Trucking LLC Mid-South Dirt Slingers number 34 from Manawa, Iowa, Bill Miller, and on his outside, the Team SKD Scott King Designs number 12 from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the poor man's Elton John, Scott King. And starting on the back row, the Garmin Properties SSR GSR Garmin Sim Racing number 18 out of Jacksonville, Illinois, Brandon Garmin. All right, drivers ready to go green this time out of turn number 4. Pace truck will make the hard right turn to the outside of the speedway. Green flag in the air. Greg LeMay on the throttle. Almost clips the fence going on the inside of turn 1. I saw Cody Kelly get into Jacob Ludwig right there just a little bit. Ludwig slowed down for the entry to turn 1. Now Kelly goes top shelf. Down the front stretch for us. Into 1 and 2. Cody Kelly way out of shape. Going to get banged around a little bit. Everybody's going to keep them facing forward, it looks like. No cautions. Kelly going to come away in 6, but Greg LeMay all the way out in front by 9/10 of a second already. He goes in to turns 3 and 4. Going to complete lap number 3 of 10. Josh Hart into the second spot. And then Kurt Nye, that 74 car, up to third. Scott King. EJ running around here in 4th. Cody Kelly has made it up to 5th. He got around Ludwig. Now trying to get the 13 down on the inside. Trying to work at the bottom part of the track and get around Scott King right there. Tommy Brandon is closing in. 4-car battle here from 4th through 8th. 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th anyway. Kelly around to the inside, side by side with Scott King. Now works his way around, slide job, puts the rear end up in front of the nose of King. Tommy Brandon still sitting back here in the 6th spot. We'll go check in on our leader. Almost a full second now. 3 to go that time by. Hart still in 2nd. Those two have broken away a little bit from Kurt Nye. And you got a big gap back to Cody Kelly in 4th. These 4 cars still running right on top of each other. As Tommy Brandon works to the inside of Scott King, coming to the 2 to go signal. Tommy Brandon takes over 5th. King back to 6th. Ludwig is still 7th. And then it's Garmin and Miller rounding it out. But right now, white flag in the air. Greg LeMay still in front, but Hart had run him down pretty good until they got into turns 1 and 2. Then LeMay gapped it out. He's going to pick up the win in Heat 1. Hart is 2nd. Nye is 3rd. It looks like Cody Kelly going to bring that 13 machine home in the 4th spot. Brandon, King, Ludwig, Garmin, and Miller will round out heat race number 1. All right, cars gridding out already for our 2nd and final heat race. On the pole, the Dirt Slingers Wraps Mid-South Dirt Slingers number 92 from Mustang, Oklahoma. Corey Austin on his outside. The 117 of Jeremy Prey. Row 2 on the inside from Landsberg, Michigan. The 8 car, Ryan Wagenschutz. On his outside, the 5 of Todd Hutton. Your 3rd row on the inside, the Dirt Slinger Wraps Mid-South Dirt Slingers number 67 from Gentry, Arkansas, Donnie Batiste. On his outside from Farmington, Missouri in the 32, Thomas Beckett. Your 4th row on the inside, the 55 car from Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, Zach Miller. And on his outside in the 28 car, he comes from East Greenbush, New York, Jeff Sharp. And around and out the field on the back from Grand Blanc, Michigan, 14 car of Alex Clute. So 9 more cars, 10 more laps. Everybody going to the feature. Just racing for their starting positions in that feature right now. Appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. YouTube and Twitch, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're over on Facebook. Come to the Dirt Racing Network's Facebook page, like, share, and follow. You'll know each and every time we go live. Couple of big shows coming up into the month. 29th and 30th, NARD is going to have their, or NRDA, excuse me, NRDA is going to have their Bristol Nationals. And then I just got informed tonight that NARC SSR will be doing something on the 30th and 31st with the 360 Wing Sprint Cars. Their Spring Nationals coming up. So the rest of this month full of racing for you. Green flag in the air over heat race number 2, and Corey Austin quickly in the 92 car out to the front with Jeremy Prey in that 117. Creeping in, trying to get there. Those two have jumped out to a little bit of a gap over Todd Hutton in third. Then Wagon shuts. Batiste right there. 67 car was out of shape. Still trying to get that thing going. He got in front of Clute and Beckett right there. We'll get back to the front. Top 4 around turns 1 and 2. Working on lap number 3. Pretty good gap back here to the 55 of Zach Miller. That's 5th place. Jeff Sharp behind that. Then Clute. Beckett. Batiste is taking his car into the work area. So 1 and done for him. And right now, Jeremy Prey trying to find a way to get the 92 car. Move off the line, give him a little bit of room for some momentum, get around him, maybe pick up a heat race win here. So we're working the 5th of 10 laps. Don't be afraid to say hi in the chat, guys. Let me know where you're watching from. Halfway home. We're coming down to 4 to go this time. Second heat race. Watching our leaders right here. Down through 1 and 2. Jeremy Prey. Trying to stay close. Would like to get a slide job in before we get down to the end of this thing. But Corey Austin working hard, hanging on. Staying out in front. When he comes out of turn 4, he'll see the 2 to go signal from our starter. Big gap between second and third. Todd Hutton back here, 98 car. It's a good 1.5 seconds behind Jeremy Prey, and Ryan Wagenschutz is hot on his trail. I just think everybody trying to get to the end of this one. Maybe no funny stuff, no monkey business. The white flag is in the air one more time around. Heat racing action will be done for the night. Looks like Corey Austin is going to pick up the second heat. He's going to win it. Going to bring Jeremy Prey, Todd Hutton, and Ryan Wagenschutz in the top 4 with him. Then it'll be Miller, Sharp, Clute, Beckett. That Batiste already took his car off the track, so that's how they'll finish in heat race number 2. I think the boys will get a little bit of a warm-up here. We'll see if there's any forced consolation races. Gonna have one B main. These guys are racing for starting positions only. Get a few extra laps out on the track. And they will line up with Tommy Brandon on the pole, Zach Miller on his outside. Scott King and Jeff Sharp in row 2. Jacob Ludwig and Alex Clute will be row 3. Brandon Garment and Thomas Beckett in the 4th row. The 5th row, Bill Miller and Donnie Batiste. I don't see Batiste's car out there. 67 car, maybe a little too I mean, there he is. He comes in right at the last second. So 10 cars. Everybody going to the feature. 10 laps. Figure out where you're going to start. First 4 rows are filled in. First 8 positions filled in by the top 4 from each heat race. So the inside row will have all the top 4 from heat number 1. The outside row will be the top 4 from heat number 2. And then these guys here will start in row 5 and fill it all the way back through row number 9. Going to get ready to go green the next time out of turn 4. All right, pace truck is in. Tommy Brandon on the throttle, green flag in the air. B main underway. Ooh, a lot of contact. Brandon got out of shape. Scott King got into him. Up and over goes Zach Miller. No cautions in our consolations or heat races, so Miller is still going to start 18th in the feature. But right now, the poor man's Elton John out in front of this one, EJ. Scott King at the point, working lap number 2. Jeff Sharp, Tommy Brandon trying to give chase there side by side. Good look from our pit road camera down here, and you can see just how dusty it's getting. Can't see these guys till they're right in front of us. Down the front stretch. Around out of 2, down the curve to back stretch. There goes King. And here comes the pack of hungry hounds trying to run him down. Four in the books, 6 to go, and Scott King still out in front of Tommy Brandon, then Jeff Sharp. In a pretty good battle with Thomas Beckett right now. Beckett's got the outside. I think right now the outside's got a little more momentum in it. Beckett surges ahead right there at the end of 5 down 5 to go. Move Sharp to 4th, then Ludwig is 5th. Clute, Garmin, Miller, Batiste, and Miller. Miller already taking the car back to the pits, but here comes a battle for the lead. King trying to hold on. Brandon had the inside for a moment, got way out of shape. That might open the door for Beckett here. Down into 3 and 4. Scott King getting it done. 3 to go. He has led every single lap thus far, but now Thomas Beckett. Monster run down the backstretch. Closes right in. King down the front stretch. Could he keep the lead for 2 more laps? Beckett got in, got the car just a little sideways. I see King rolling strong on the high side. Here comes Beckett. Here comes Sharp trying to go 2 or 3 for 1 there. Didn't get it done. One white flag this time by, and still 118 car of Scott King. Now Beckett works to the high side. This is where he wanted to be to begin with. King takes it into 3 and 4 down on the bottom. Can he keep the lead when they come out of the corner? Slides it across the nose. Scott King wins the B main. Beckett, Sharp, Brandon, Ludwig, Garmin, Clute, Batiste, Miller, and Miller. In that order. So, Rocket Man, Elton John, picking up the win in your B main. He will start inside row number 5 for the feature. Driver's going to have a couple of minutes. Get out on the track and cut some laps. So while they do that, we will get ready to pay some bills. All right, back to the action. Drivers lining up on the front stretch for tonight's main. Let's get over here. Yeah, we are stuck in a loop right there on this one. But on the pole will be Greg LeMay. On his outside, Corey Austin. Row 2, Josh Hart, Jeremy Prey, Kurt Nye, and Todd Hutton in row 3. Cody Kelly, Ryan Wagenschutz will start in row 4. Scott King, Thomas Beckett, the 5th row. Your 6th row, Jeff Sharp and Tommy Brandon. Jacob Ludwig and Brandon Garment in row number 7. Alex Clute and Donnie Batiste in row number 8. And Bill Miller and Zach Miller. The Miller Show in a row number 9. 40 laps the distance. One more time around, we'll cut them loose. Caution should be on. Caution laps should not be counting. LeMay and Austin on your front row. Josh Hart and Jeremy Prey. We watch these guys all do battle a couple of nights a week. And it's usually the same old suspects at the front. The pace truck is in. The green flag is out. We are underway. NARC SSR Big Block Modified Championship final week of the season right here. Greg LeMay grabbed the lead. Caution on lap number 1. Jacob Ludwig. Let's go see what happened to Mr. Ludwig here. Into turn 1, a little bit sharp there getting in. Oh, and he got into the left rear of Jeff Sharp there. That car tumbling a couple of times, laying it back on his wheels. Looks like he's going to drive it to the pits, maybe get it repaired. Try to get back out here. So Ludwig going to bring the 81 machine back out on to the speedway. Drivers waiting for the pace truck. Pace truck never in a giant hurry to get out there and get to the front of this group. So we'll let everything cycle through. These guys will get lined up in their 2x2 formation, and we will get this thing restarted here in a couple of laps. All right, looks like the lights are already off on that pace truck. I can't believe that. Yeah, it looks like the lights went off on the pace truck. They're going to go single file, so quick caution. Go single file, see if they can get in on the restart. LeMay on the throttle, green flag back in the air. We are underway. Watch everybody get down through turns 1 and 2 here. Looks like single file is going to do the trick this time. Back up to the front. LeMay and Austin have gotten away just a little bit from Josh Hart in 3rd. Jeremy Prey is in 4th. Cody Kelly, I thought, was in 5th. Looks like it is Kurt Nye. Kelly must have dropped back just a little bit there. In behind Hutton. So Hutton up to 6th, Kelly back to 7th, and Wagon Shuts, King, Beckett, your top 10. We'll go back to the front because Corey Austin got a great run down the backstretch, closed in on LeMay, just couldn't get to the inside, move him off the line. And LeMay will lead the 4th lap of the evening. Austin really driving it in there pretty deep. We'll watch him chase Greg LeMay here coming through 3 and 4. Caution. So we will go see what happened there. Looks like Brandon Garman has issues. 18 machine. Oh, get into a stack up. I see Scott King. Let's see what happened to Scott King here. What happened to EJ? Take a look back. Oh, he got into Hutton right there. Then Beckett got him, and Sharp got a piece of it. He gets whacked around a little bit. So, yeah, that's a big chain reaction incident there. So we'll keep them single file probably for the restart. They didn't get very many laps in there. And we'll have 35 to go and we take the green. Oh, going to let them get back to the 2x2 here. So, going to have LeMay and Austin on the front row. Hart and Prey again, row 2. Going to say Nye and Kelly swapped spots, but that's about it. That's your third row. As we get ready to go back to green right here out of turn 4. 35 laps to go. Several cars. Oh, big bunch of mess there in one. Bill Miller got the 34 car spun around. We'll see if he can get out of here before they get there. I don't think he's going to.
Caution is out. Caution is
Yeah,
out.
Miller. He just couldn't get that 34 car going in a straight line, and that is going to cause all kinds of issues. Let's go back. He gets kind of in it, turned around. He and Ludwig got a little piece of that. I think the rear end already broken in that car, and he tried to drive it away, and it just wasn't going to do it. So we'll get back in here, find out who's where now. I don't think anything changed at the front. Top 6 stayed the same. Turn 1, always trouble here at Weed Sport. It's either getting into it in turn 1 or getting into turn number 4 down there because it gets so tight the guys will find that inside wall. And I think that's what's been happening with a lot of guys. They're bumping that wall, it's breaking their momentum. The guy behind them don't have time to react, and the next thing you know, somebody's backwards. So lights should go off on the pace truck right there. We should start to form them back up, get ready to go back to green. 33 laps to go. Pace truck in. LeMay's on the throttle. Green flag back in the air. Still 17 cars out on the track. Good side-by-side battle for just a moment or two now. LeMay gets into the chunky stuff and loses a bunch of momentum. That let Austin close right back in. Here comes Jeremy Prey in the 117 car around the outside of Hart. Cody Kelly got into the back of Hart. Hart checked the car down hard, getting into one. That's going to allow Nye to get back around Kelly. Now Kelly into Nye. These guys getting into the corners pretty soft. The way Kelly's used to going in, he likes to go in there pretty deep before he jumps onto the binders. He's gotten into the back a couple of these guys right now. Kelly running 6th, then Hutton in 7th. That's side by side right there. It is still a single file battle in your top 6. Now make it Kelly in front of Hutton. Wagon shuts. Sharp, Batiste up there side by side with Zach Miller. He gets the spot away. So Batiste into 10th. Miller 11th. Scott King. Tommy Brandon mired back here in 13th in that 35 machine. We'll go up to the front. Greg LeMay now starting to get away from the field. He's picked up a 2nd over Corey Austin. Everybody getting a little bit more comfortable. Single file now. Prey in 3rd. Hart and Nye 4th and 5th. Cody Kelly right there in 6th. So 2nd through 6th. Pretty good group. Pretty good battle there. Guys clicking the laps off. Nobody finding a big advantage. Nye puts the nose on the inside. Oh, thought about the slider. Now Kelly's going to cut underneath. He makes contact. Who's going to have the spot down in 1 and 2? Kelly keeps the car pinned to the bottom. That lets Nye have the momentum line. He keeps the spot at least for now. Greg LeMay now starting to lose time down to 3/4 of a second. He's going to be in lap traffic soon. Here comes Corey Austin. Creeping in on the halfway point. 16 down. 24 to go. Jeremy Prey has gotten himself some breathing room in front of Josh Hart. And then Kurt Nye and Cody Kelly. That's a good battle. They're still going at each other. Jeff Sharp trying to work his way into that battle, making a 3-car battle for 5th. LeMay about to be on top of Alex Clute. Clute runs in 16th. 14 car. Right in front of your leaders, gets sideways. That checked LeMay up. LeMay lost a lot of ground. He lost about 8 car lengths when he checked up for Clute, who was way sideways right in his line. And now Corey Austin really starting to pour the throttle to it. 0.3 of a second difference that lap. And Austin's within 4 car lengths. Halfway home this time by your 2 leaders. 2.1 seconds ahead. Oh, LeMay finds the fence. That opens the door. Goodbye, Mr. LeMay. Corey Austin through to the lead. Right at the halfway point, LeMay gives up the lead. Now he's going to have to work to get it back. Austin got out of shape that time and won. That opens the door. Great battle for the lead now, side by side. Greg LeMay back around the top side. He goes back out to the point. Austin trying to cut down line down the back stretch. Not going to have enough to throw the slider up in there. The momentum's coming off the top side right now. Keep LeMay out front. Austin second.
All right, man.
Car into the fence. I'm going to say that's Alex Clute, maybe. Definitely was the 14 car. He was right in behind Jeremy Prey. That is 3rd place right in front of him. He's going to go down here in turn 4 a little tight, and up on the wall you go. So 24 in the books now. LeMay, Austin, Prey, Hart, Nye, Kelly, Sharp, Hutton, Zach Miller, and Donnie Batiste. Your top 10. Still 15 cars on the track. Good battle at the front right before we caught that caution. LeMay led the first 20. Made a mistake and gave up the next 2 and then took it right back. So 4 cautions. Still 17 to go. 2 lead changes. Back to 2x2, ready to go green out of 4. 17 laps remaining. LeMay and Austin still at the point. Prey and Hart still in row 2. Nye and Kelly still in row 3, and the green flag back in the air. Down into 1, little beating, bump and banging, 3 wide. Out of turn 2, down the backstretch. Prey on the bottom. Austin in the middle. Prey makes a mistake. That opens the door. Here's Austin off the bottom. He's got the lead. Contact between your leaders. As Austin slammed the door on LeMay, he's trying to pin him down, and that's going to lock that thing up as once again, cars having all kinds of issues. This, Zach Miller. Miller gets turned up right there, right off the nose of Wagenschut's car, it looks like. So, action slowed again. Corey Austin had the lead at the line right before the caution, so they go back to that spot. Put the 92 in front of the 99, although LeMay had just taken back over that position. He will have to start on the outside of the front row this time. And it's going to be Jeremy Prey, Cody Kelly this time in row 2. Kurt Nye and Josh Hart will be in row number 3 on the restart. So Hart went from 3rd to 6th during that quick exchange of a couple of laps there. Going to get them formed up 2x2, ready to go with the restart. 14 laps remaining. Pace truck about to head in. Austin on the throttle, green flag back in the air. Corey Austin got a great jump right there. Here comes Jeremy Prey trying to pressure Greg LeMay. Cody Kelly's going to the top side. He's on the podium right now. Here comes the 13 car. Now, Kelly trying to cut down, go under LeMay down the front stretch. Didn't work. Top 5 still very tight around here. Austin with about 5 car lengths out in front of LeMay. Kelly all over the rear end until they came out of 4. He lost about 2 car lengths. Jeremy Prey, the 117 right behind that. Kurt Nye in the 4 spot. Now, here comes the 99 of LeMay trying to creep up. He's going to the inside. Got alongside but couldn't keep it. Now, Cody Kelly tried to go to the high side, and LeMay slammed the door. That opens it for Prey. Prey up to 3rd. These guys going to keep the top side locked down. It is going to be hard to find a way around. You're going to have to take a chance somewhere. Hope the guy in front of you makes a mistake. Inside, 10 to go. 9 this time by. Still Austin, then LeMay. Now Jeremy Prey, Cody Kelly, Kurt Nye, your top 5. Josh Hart still sitting in the 6th spot. Battle for 3rd. Here comes Kelly. Got a good run out of 2. Goes into turns 3 and 4. Slides the car across the nose. Not going to happen. Had to back it down too much. Well, maybe not. He got.
Caution is out.
Oh my, that may mess it up. That's going to swap those two back and forth. 67 of Batiste. Right in front of Ludwig right there, right behind 98 car of Hutton, and then he goes in, big mistake. Scott King gets into the back of him. That kind of finishes that deal off. So lap's starting to wind down. I saw the 34 of Bill Miller. He finally had an opening to get the 34 car to the pits. Scott King drifting back through the field. He'll be at the back, which is going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of about 13th. Austin, LeMay, Prey, Kelly, Nye, Hart, Sharp, Hutton, Ludwig, and Scott King not going to be your 10th place car. I think Ryan Wagenschutz will be the 10th place car. That 8 machine you see right there. Seven to go when we go back to green. Should be this time, I think. Looks like the lights are off on that pace truck. Single file for the restart. Corey Austin on the throttle. Greg LeMay kind of timed it up, and then he thought second about it, and he gave the gap back too. I think if he had just stayed in the throttle, he probably would have been able to run right on the bumper of Austin, but good gap first to second, second to third. Fourth place is where the action's starting to heat up. Nye got on the inside, but Kelly's able to use the momentum on the top side of the track and keep the spot. Jeremy Prey onto the podium right in front of the 13 of Cody Kelly. Here's a battle for the lead for just a moment. LeMay, same line as Austin. Don't know if that's going to work out for him. Loses a bunch of distance right down the backstretch. Here comes Kelly to the inside of Prey. Out of 4, touched. A little bit of bumping and rubbing, and Kelly going to get the spot back, move him up to third. Jeremy Prey is now fourth, and Cody Kelly streaks away down the backstretch. Try to give himself some breathing room there. 3 to go this time by Austin and LeMay. Back nose to tail. That time Austin had an issue. LeMay may have the inside. He may have the advantage down the backstretch. Takes it into 3 and 4. Checked it up a little bit. He's got the spot with 2 to go. Can LeMay hang on, be smooth, and get to the finish? Corey Austin not about to just roll it over and let that happen. Out of 4 this time. White flag. One more time around. Your top 3 have broken free of the rest of the pack. Greg LeMay by 3 car lengths down the backstretch. Last-ditch effort from Austin. I don't think he's got anything for him. Your feature winner tonight, the 99 machine of Greg LeMay. Corey Austin second, and Cody Kelly going to come home in third. We'll just watch him come out and go down the front stretch again. Oh, there was cars there. I didn't see that on the last lap. So we're going to let our winner come around. A little victory donuts for the pit side fans right there. And Greg will bring the car around here on the front stretch for us. LeMay, Austin, and Kelly. Let's get them stopped right there. We just need a better camera angle for all of this. I got to get something done with that. So we'll do the best we can with what we got to work with right here. Guys moving themselves into chat one at a time. Cody Kelly to move himself down here into a position where he can be grabbed up and brought into the booth. They got to move themselves. I can't move them. So we're only going to wait for so long, and we may not get to have an interview with Mr. Kelly. He may not make his way down here to the waiting room. All right, here we go. Now we can grab some interviews. Cody Kelly, you there?
Yes, I am.
Let me get you cranked up just a little bit here on the volume so everybody can hear you. Well, you coming here first time into the series. Bring it home on the podium, man. Tell us your impressions of this series and how your feature run was.
Enjoyed it, man. Everybody raced really good. The car just kept hooking up the worse the track got. And, yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a good group of guys, good league.
Whole lot of battling and a little bit of paint trading going on in that top five out there. Did you catch a bunch of that?
A little bit, and I tried a little bit of paint and didn't mean to, but it's part of hard racing.
A fantastic run tonight. I'm sure you got some shout-outs, some thank yous before we let you get out of here.
Yes, sir, I do. I'd like to thank BGI Sim Sports. I'd like to thank SSR and DSRL for putting this on and all the sponsors associated with them.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Look forward to seeing you back here in this series maybe next season.
All right, thank you.
Third place finisher, Cody Kelly. Let's talk to Corey Austin. Corey Austin, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, heck of a run tonight, man. You had your hands full there with that guy in the 99 car. You traded the lead several times. Tell us about your feature run.
Oh man, that was probably one of the funnest races I had in a long time on here. Yeah, I just overdrove the car there after I got underneath Greg, and he got back underneath me. It was exciting driving. I hope it was just exciting to watch.
You guys put on a pretty good show out there. A couple little bump and runs, and it looked like you were finding a pretty good grip coming out of the bottom of two there, and then you kind of changed that line. What made you change?
Well, I changed to try to block him off because I knew what line he was running and how I got around him. Like I said, I overdrove the car, and he kind of got underneath me, so I was kind of off my line. Then I was hoping the bottom would come in there in the last two laps when he got around me. See if I can get back around him besides running the same line he was, but just fell up short.
Well, still a great run. I'm sure you got some thank yous, some shout-outs before we let you get out of here tonight.
Yeah, I like to thank my teammate over there at PPR. That's a great group of guys. I like to thank 405 Racing Reps and Gage Agronomy and Miller Family Trucking. And that'll be it. Appreciate it, and I thank you for broadcasting this.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Look forward to seeing you next season, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Corey Austin, your second place finisher. And now we'll get our winner tonight. Let's see if we can get Greg in here. Greg, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Roger.
Well, a great run tonight. You had a heck of a battle on your hands, man. Tell us about that battle that was going on at the front there.
Yeah, it's just I clipped inside wall a few times, and I felt really fast at the beginning of the setup. Braden Nyler built for us is wicked hooked up, and not when you hit the wall though. I had a little bit of a meatball going on there at the end because I clipped it a second time, and it really put me over the edge. But Corey ended up doing the same thing, and I was able to squeeze my way by him, and it was good. It was fun. I had a ton of fun with Corey. He was a SSR NARC guy from the beginning, and hadn't seen him in a bit, so definitely glad to have him back and somebody else to battle with here in the big blocks.
Well, it looked like track changed quite a bit, and Corey was running a line where he was getting some really good runs off of 2, and he said he came up to cover the line you were running, and it ended up costing him because he overdrove the car the next lap. But where were you finding the most grip, and how were you able to figure out how to get around him a couple of times without him making mistakes?
So yeah, I noticed him trying to cover in 1 and 2 there, and he was getting that drive off. So I held my line 1 and 2 because I knew I wasn't gonna be able to put that car underneath him. But actually was trying to play, I want to call it a little mind games with him going into 3 and 4. I was running a different line each lap, so he didn't know where I was gonna be and where to cover. And as soon as he made a little bit of a bobble, I was able to get that run just enough to put it where I needed to be. So it was a fun race, like I said. I mean, I love racing these big blocks. They always have good close battling, and if you tap, you don't flip down the backstretch like you do in a sprint car all the time. So I don't mind that part.
Flipping is definitely bad, man. Well, you did what you had to get it done tonight, and I'm sure you got a few people you'd like to thank for the hot rod.
Yeah. I mean, we wrapped up the championship last week, so this week was just kind of the cherry on top here for us this week. Definitely want to shout out, Tommy Brandon, School Sim Racing, those guys over there are awesome guys here at NARC. You guys for putting it on as always. But Flow Racing, Anderson Speedway, Motorsports Beat, Jessup's Logistics, Pains by Tunican, Hergot Real Estate, BS Air, Over the Wall Photography, Catch Fence Apparel, Roofco, Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. Just everybody that lets us do this every single night and have a blast doing it. So shout out to you guys.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us, and I hope we get to see you back here next season.
Yeah, of course, and I'm sure I'll see you in another league or 2 here in the next couple of days. So I'll talk to you soon, Roger.
All right, man.
Your
winner tonight, Greg LeMay. Running through our final results. LeMay was on top. Corey Austin finished second. Cody Kelly in third. Josh Hart fourth. Jeff Sharp. Todd Hutton fifth and sixth. Seventh to Jacob Ludwig. Tommy Brandon in eighth. Scott King, OEJ, comes home tonight. Brandon Garman in 10th. 11th to Ryan Wagenschuts. Kurt Nye in 12th. 13th to Jeremy Prey. Alex Cluton 14th. Donnie Batiste in the 15th spot. 16th to Zach Miller, Bill Miller in 17th, and rounding out the field in 18th, Thomas Beckett. Been fun covering these guys. Hopefully we get to come back with them next season. I know this was wrapping up the season. I know we got a big special program coming up on the 30th and 31st with them, 360 Wing Sprint Cars. We'll see how everything shakes out when they get ready to kick off their next season. Don't forget, tomorrow night, Dominic Santina back here with you, 8 o'clock Eastern. Dirt Slingers, Wicked Energy Gum, 410 Outlaw Series, their 13th round in that series, getting down to the end of it. Should be a good one at Charlotte. Tune in for that. Say hi in the chat. Till we see you the next time, guys, for Dominic, myself, here at the Dirt Racing Network. Everybody